phone rung, and he said, "Baba bhai pe firing hui hai." 5 seconds, it didn't resonate with me, and then I ran barefoot towards my office, and my guards and my people, they put me in the car. They were like, we don't know, they might the shooters or what.
Explanation that's being provided is that a particular gangster, Mr. Lawrence Bishnoi, has executed this. It was planned. आप believe करते हैं जो explanation दिया गया है?
नहीं, ये जो explanations है, ये जो logic portray किया जा रहा है, वो मुझे मेरे समझ के बाहर है।
एक आदमी, जिसको गैंगस्टर बताया जा रहा है, वो गुजरात के एक जेल में बैठे हैं। वो मुंबई शहर के अंदर 6 महीने के अंदर 2 बड़े अटैक्स करते हैं। आर वी सेफ इन अ सिटी लाइक मुंबई? सलमान खान आपके बहुत करीबी हैं, ही इज़ लाइक फैमिली टू यू। क्या वो भी इन एक्सप्लेनेशन में बिलीव कर रहे हैं? सो इट केम एज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अ सरप्राइज व्हेन यू जॉइंड द एनसीपी ऑफ Mr. Ajit Pawar.
I was in the Congress Party. Congress Party has allied with Shiv Sena, UBT, and I was suffering a lot from them.
Did you raise it with the senior Congress leadership?
Of course, I raised it every day.
First of all, we would like to say we are truly, truly sorry for your loss.
Right.
And it was quite a shock for you and the family as well.
Yeah.
How have you coped with it so far?
See, I don't think I would say that I've coped with it. I've just tried to, get busy with other things. But every 5 minutes, it still hits me. I mean, it's very natural, I think. And in the middle of padyatras, in the middle of speeches, in the middle of me sitting in my office, because it just happened right outside my office. It took me a while to come to office. I think yesterday was the first day I came to office after that tragic incident. But he wouldn't want me to spend time, especially this crucial time, just sitting and procrastinating, and he would probably want me to fight and continue his fight, and that's what I'm doing. And I know that he was very involved in this election. He was very involved in this election, and he wanted us to win.
I have to ask this because we both are Mumbaikars, and it was quite shocking, right, for everybody, even nationally.
Yeah.
Something like this to happen in Bandra, okay? The explanation that's being provided is that a particular gangster, Mr. Lawrence Bishnoi, has executed this. It was planned. The police has come out with details. If this is to be believed, how does it reflect on the policing system of 2 states and the intelligence and all the agencies involved?
The policing system, regardless of who has done this, has to be blamed. There's no two doubts about that. And especially if they've come since a month and a half, that's what I've been told as well. I mean, they've come since a month, they've done Reiki. And that's a very big failure in intelligence, law and order, everything. And I wouldn't shy away from that. And these narratives which are being spread, I don't know what's true. I'm not investigating. I'm just a son who is very helpless right now. Because if you have questions, imagine the questions I have. I don't have a lot of answers to the questions, and I'm not being given a lot of answers to that. Right now, I'm trusting Mumbai police. I'm trying to trust the system, but I haven't got a lot of answers, and it's very unfortunate that something like this has happened. The narrative which you're talking about was set before Dad even reached the hospital. So if they were so prepared with the narrative, then why were they not prepared for an attack like this? If they were so well prepped with, and their intel was so good that they knew who did it within 7 to 8 minutes of the attack, why did they not prevent the attack from happening? So that's a question which I need answers for, and I'm waiting for the answers.
आप बिलीव करते हैं जो एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया गया है इसको?
नहीं, ये जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है, ये मुझे लगता है किसने किया है वो मुझे नहीं पता, मगर ये जो लॉजिक पोर्ट्रे किया जा रहा है वो मुझे मेरे समझ के बाहर है.
What has happened is, if you look at it from a layman's perspective,
right.
For example, एक आदमी, जिसको गैंगस्टर बताया जा रहा है, वो गुजरात के एक जेल में बैठे हैं.
जी.
वो मुंबई शहर के अंदर 6 महीने के अंदर 2 बड़े अटैक्स करते हैं. पहला सलमान खान के घर की अटैक का वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेते हैं, फिर आपके पिता के अटैक का वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेते हैं. अब ऐसे में द कॉमन मैन आस्क्स, आर वी सेफ इन अ सिटी लाइक मुंबई?
I completely agree, and I always thought that Mumbai was a safe city until tragedy hit home. And it's hit, and how. I mean, I will never be able to overcome this loss in my life. My family will never be the same again. And yeah, I mean, the way you are asking, are we safe? And I guess not.
Do you think there was an insider person who might be
So
involved?
that is something which I don't know. I asked the Mumbai police, so I told them that, I think everyone should be interrogated. Everyone, regardless of how many years he's been with us, everyone should be interrogated. But I don't know. It's been 25 days now, and all we heard is isko pakda gaya. But if you're trying to tell me that the main people are not being found, then what are you doing? The fact that it happened outside my office is something which is not settling with me. So it's not a spot that you'd regularly find him at. I remember my friend, my colleague Daniel was with me, and we were at this restaurant which is about a minute away. And I said, I want an idli. What do you want, Daniel? And Daniel's phone rang. And he said, Baba bhai pe firing hui hai. And for 5 seconds, it didn't resonate with me. And then I ran barefoot towards my office. And my guards and my people, they put me in the car. They were like, we don't know, they might be the shooters or what. And I said, no, it's not possible. Will he survive? Will he survive? I started crying and asking random people that, who had they come for? I've been told that they had come for both of us. Both our pictures were found on their phone. But I know that for a fact that we both are fighting for the people's rights and for their homes. And maybe somebody did not like that, and they thought that we have, we're बोलते हैं ना रास्ते में काटा है.
सलमान खान आपके बहुत करीबी हैं, he's like family to you.
जी.
क्या वो भी इन explanations में believe कर रहे हैं, और does he have his doubts as well?
See, भाई always says that we need to trust the police and the investigations. तो जब भी मेरी भाई से हुई है incident से ज़्यादा, he's always been there. He always checks on me, and I'm grateful to him. And even Salim uncle, for that matter, he's on his family, by his family. They've always been there. And
Do you believe there are more people involved than Mr. Bishnoi?
I mean, I mean, what would, if I don't, it just doesn't connect. Yeah, it doesn't add up, right? Like, why would he do that? If he's done that, then maybe someone has asked him to do that. But maybe things have happened in a certain way to distract the people. And if police is getting distracted, then what will you and I do?
Do you think the media was irresponsible while reporting?
See, I wouldn't say all the media personals, but there are some people who have been a bit insensitive, to say the least. At 9:35 or 9:30 something, this incident happened, and a few people messaged me at 9:45 and 9:50. Is your father shot dead? Question mark. Senior journalists. I have those messages. How do you have the thing to message someone that? And that time I had not even called my mom and sister or someone to. I was like, I don't know what has happened. Sometimes there are. I was hoping that it's a rumor when somebody told me, this and that. And when I got messages that the exact message was, "Is your father Baba Siddiuqe shot dead?" Question mark. I don't know. Maybe I'm a different person and people are very professional when it comes to work. But how do you expect a son to reply to that? When I'm seeing my father full of blood at the hospital, those visuals will never leave me for the rest of my life.
You said the projects that you oppose, or the rehabilitations that you fight for, that might be one of the reasons.
Yeah.
It is usually also seen as anti-development. What do you have to say about that?
See, there are some people who call it anti-development, and those people are the ones who probably have their vested interest in them. Because see, there are lots of people living in high-rises who say that, "Arey, ye to jhoparpatti hai, kyun rehte hain?" Do you think anybody in their right frame of mind would want to stay in a slum? No, they don't want to stay in a slum. They also have their rights. See, you and I are living a life. We both are we are blessed to be born in a good family, or we work our way towards it, or something or the other. But there are some people living in the slums. They don't deserve a life like that. They don't get water. They are dirty water comes in their houses and all that. They don't deserve that. And you have to have empathy for that. And when somebody promises them that we are going to give you a new house, we are going to give you a house there and then breaks their promises, how do I let that happen? So what happened in the past also is that when I became an MLA of Bandra East, when I saw it, and I was very shocked when people used to call it the poorer cousin of Bandra West. This is like a dirty slang which I don't agree with, and I don't want to agree with it because we're trying to develop it a lot. And then I see that पूरे इलाके में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सब पत्रे लगे हुए हैं. It's all under wraps, and people have been promised since 20 years and they've not got a house.
Speaking of politics,
right.
Maharashtra has ranked the highest in terms of communal riots, in terms of hate speeches for the past couple of years. So, two of the parties that your party is in alliance with, a lot of their leaders are seen to be, in some way involved whenever an incident happens, or they are pointed fingers at. So it came as a little bit of a surprise when you joined the NCP of Mr. Ajit Pawar.
Right.
Why the decision?
See, I will strongly say that when I took the decision of joining NCP Ajit Dada, I saw the party which I'm joining, and like you said, you couldn't say anything, or not anybody can say anything against NCP Ajit Dada, because Ajit Dada himself has always been a secular person. Yeah. He has never spoken ill about any religion or has incited any communal riots or anything. Now when it comes to the second alliance, which I was a part of earlier, I was in the Congress Party. Even the Congress Party has allied with Shiv Sena UBT, which has been known for its communal statements. Then comes a time where overnight they try to become secular. And even now, some of their leaders give hate speeches. The next morning they try and be secular. And I was suffering a lot from them. The first 2.5 years I was in Mahavikas Aghadi, I could not do a single work in my constituency because the government did not give me funds to do that. The government would disperse funds to all the MLAs of the Mahavikas Aghadi, but I used to be left out. Why? Because I have beaten a Shiv Sena UBT candidate in my constituency. And they tortured me to a level where I couldn't work. There used to be openings 100 meters away from my office and they used to not invite me. Normal work, if I asked the departments why water is not coming, I used to not get answers because they were told not to answer the MLAs. The police was against me, everyone was against me. I was still fighting my battles. But what will I do? I'll go to the Congress Party, I will speak to the leaders. The leaders used to tell me, sorry yaar, Mukhyamantri Saab ki seat pe aapki nazar hai, the CM wants your seat. So what am I supposed to reply to that? And even that time Ajit Dada stood up for me.
He was the finance
He was the finance minister. But guardian minister was Aditya, CM was Uddhavji. I was getting no help. And
did you raise it with the senior Congress leadership?
Of course, I raised it every day. And I used to raise it in the media also. And Delhi people used to call me and be like, no, you have to shut up now, delete your tweets. Otherwise, the alliance will get into a problem. So, in the last 2.5 years, they used to tell me that you will not get a ticket from Bandra East. You will have to fight from Warsaw. We'll make sure you're an MLA. Fight from Warsaw, fight from Baikala. I said, I've given my time, energy, efforts, all of that to my people, my love to the people of Bandra East. I will contest from Bandra East only. And they have proved me right by giving the Congress seat to Shiv Sena Ubatta. If you see, I hadn't made any decision till the SSUBT announced their candidate. Even in these tough times, they came to my house. They said, no, we'll make sure you're unopposed. We'll make sure this happens, that happens. They kept me in the dark and played games with me even in a time like this. This is more than Congress, it is Shiv Sena UBT's fault, but Congress's fault is that they did not support me.
As Mumbaikars, we have, and people from Maharashtra, voters of Maharashtra, we have seen a lot of instability politically. Too much has happened, right? How do you look at this political?
No, see, it's confusing for all of us being first-time legislators. I feel like, I remember telling my dad about this. I was like, Dad, I feel like in one term only, I have done 4-5 terms because I've seen everything. And the moment I became an MLA in 2019, I had beaten Shiv Sena. So we were at loggerheads with Shiv Sena, with values, with the Karyakartas, everything. Suddenly we all get taken away to Rajasthan, Jaipur, and we're locked up in a hotel. And then the leaders ask us that, do you want the alliance with Shiv Sena? So I was like, no chance. I don't want the alliance with Shiv Sena. I've just beaten them. Me and Varsha Tai, who now talks about Mahavikas Aghadi very strongly, she and me were the ones who kept saying that no, we don't want Mahavikas Aghadi. There used to be that the alliance will speak in the assembly, then the party will speak. But then there were 7 parties who were talking, so we used to not get a chance to speak only. Now it looks like that alliances are just made with numbers, and anyone can go with anyone.
Ideology is taken a backseat.
Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to stick to the party you believe in, and the people should believe in the candidate he's voting for, because at the end of it, the candidate is going to be there for you. But it is what it is.
Mr. Siddique, thank you so much for speaking with the Quint and Quint Hindi, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.